Welcome to Howard's Opinion. I'm your host, Howard. As we gather around the airwaves today, many of you are likely preparing for a long weekend filled with family, friends, and of course, sports. But before we dive into the latest news and updates from the world of athletics, I want to take a moment to reflect on the true meaning of gratitude. In a heartfelt piece published recently, a writer shared his personal story of loss and appreciation, reminding us all of the importance of counting our blessings. The article was a tribute to his friend Kabi, who had passed away too soon, but not before leaving an indelible mark on the author's life. As I read through the piece, I couldn't help but feel a sense of nostalgia wash over me, reminding me of the countless times we've all been touched by the lives of others. The writer's story is one of thankfulness, not just for the big things in life, but for the small moments, the everyday joys that often go unappreciated. He expresses gratitude for his platform as a sports writer, for the opportunity to connect with readers and colleagues alike, and for the chance to call Colorado home. But what struck me most was his heartfelt appreciation for the people in his life, including his friend Kabi, who taught him the value of living each day to the fullest. As we head into the holiday weekend, I encourage you all to take a moment to reflect on your own blessings. Whether it's a loving family, a supportive group of friends, or simply the opportunity to pursue your passions, remember that gratitude is a powerful force that can transform our lives. So let us take a page from the writer's book and make a conscious effort to appreciate the little things, to cherish the time we have with loved ones, and to never take anything for granted. And now, as we celebrate the spirit of thankfulness, let us also turn our attention to the world of sports, where gratitude is often expressed through the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. We'll be exploring the latest developments in the NFL, NBA, and MLB, and examining the ways in which sports can bring us together, even in the face of adversity. We'll be right back with more fascinating sports news on Howard's Opinion. Welcome back to Howard's Opinion. We're diving into the world of sports now, and I've got a fascinating story to share with you all. The Dallas Cowboys have been making waves lately, and their recent win over the Kansas City Chiefs is still buzzing in the football community. But what's really caught my attention is the praise being heaped upon an unsung hero of the team, running back Malik Davis. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, Malik who? But trust me, this guy's story is one of perseverance and dedication. After being cut from the team and then brought back for training camp, Davis has been making the most of his opportunities. His 43-yard touchdown run against the Chiefs was a highlight reel moment, but what's even more impressive is his work ethic and willingness to contribute in any way possible. As Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer pointed out, Davis is a player who does everything right. He runs the ball effectively, makes plays on special teams, and even lays down big hits on tackles. It's no wonder that he's earned the respect of his coaches and teammates and has become a key component of the Cowboys' offense. But what I find really interesting about Davis's story is how it reflects the competitive nature of the NFL. Here's a guy who was once considered expendable, but through hard work and determination, he's managed to carve out a role for himself on one of the league's top teams. It just goes to show that in the world of professional sports, nothing is ever guaranteed, and you've got to be willing to put in the effort if you want to succeed. And speaking of success, it'll be interesting to see how the Cowboys continue to utilize Davis as they push towards the playoffs. With their star-studded offense and stout defense, they're definitely a team to watch in the coming weeks. But for now, let's just appreciate the underdog story of Malik Davis, a true unsung hero of the NFL. Welcome back to Howard's Opinion. Today, we've been discussing various topics, but for our closing segment, I want to dive into the world of college basketball. Specifically, let's talk about Duke University's recent performances. It seems like their season hasn't been going as smoothly as they would have hoped. The Blue Devils have suffered losses to Baylor, West Virginia, South Florida, and most recently, a 17-point loss to South Carolina. If that wasn't enough, they also fell to UCLA on Thanksgiving with a score of 89-59. What's striking about this loss is the significant difference in shooting percentages between the two teams. Duke managed only 27.3% on threes and 33.8% overall, while UCLA nearly doubled those numbers with 59.1% on threes and 52.5% overall. To make matters worse, their star player Lauren Betts was out for this game. Duke is now standing at a record of 3-5, which isn't the start they envisioned for their season. Up next, they'll face LSU in the ACC Challenge on December 4th at Cameron Indoor Stadium. Given that LSU is also a tough opponent, Duke will need to regroup and strategize if they hope to turn their season around. This story serves as a reminder of how unpredictable sports can be. One day, a team is on top. The next, they're facing a string of losses. It's about resilience, strategy, and sometimes just a bit of luck. For Duke University, the challenge now is to learn from these setbacks and come back stronger. That's all for today's Howard's Opinion. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, keep your head in the game.